one of a kind for his time period as far as quarterbacks.
A lot of the Hall of Fame nominees have came out. Peter Wark, Florida State. Wark Dunn, Florida State. And a couple others, and kind of the one that's been circled on everybody's ballots is probably going to get in. I don't see how he doesn't get in. One of the greatest pictures right there where he was playing at Florida State and had the whole paint on and looked like he was blood, sweat, and tears the whole game. Tim Tebow is getting his college Hall of Fame nod. I don't think there's not a case that you can make for Tim Tebow not getting in. Two-time national champion. I mean, just look at the statistics, man. He was an incredible teammate. Think about the team that he was on, too, with, all those guys, Percy Harvin and Aaron Hernandez, Cam Newton as his backup, like absolutely insane. And the Florida Gators are not what they used to be, and they wish they could get back to that. So, Don, what's your thoughts on this, man? And is he a first ballot Hall of Famer for the College Football Hall of Fame? I think he is. I think there's no question.
Absolutely. One of a kind for his time period as far as quarterbacks. He is the quintessential college quarterback. He's what you want your quarterback to be. And unfortunately, that doesn't always transfer over into the pros, but we're not talking about that. He is the excellence of a college quarterback and definitely deserves to be there.
He was a first-round draft pick. I think he went 25th overall to the Broncos that year. So I always say they saw something, man. And not a lot of people get plaques of the speeches that they get made and put outside of the school at Florida.
Right.
But totally my favorite Gator of all time. If I had to say, being a Florida State fan and taking my bias out of everything, I love watching the guy play. I mean, like I said, look at the picture at the bottom left when he played against us. It was blood, sweat, and tears to win that game in the rain. So, Coach, I know this is you're a college football guy too, just like me. So. And this was around our era growing up and watching this guy play. So what's one of your best memories of Tim Tebow? And do you think this is well deserved as well?
I mean, I think this is definitely well deserved. I think he's one of the greatest Florida Gator quarterbacks of all time, if not the greatest.
He is the greatest.
I think that he deserves to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, man. Like I say, one of the memories that the paint thing, but one memory it took me to. The guy's a great leader. And when you saw him in the locker room yelling at his teammates, we're going to come out in the second half and we're going to punch him right in the effing mouth. That's what I like about that. I like when a guy that can motivate his teammates and say what we're going to do. And they went out there and definitely done it. They went out there and definitely done what they say, what he said they were going to do. And they definitely done it. The way the guy ran the football, I mean, in college, he dominated games. Mm-hmm. Wasn't always his arm. Sometimes he had a great IQ. He had a great feel for the college game. And that's like having a coach out there on the field as well, man. But the motivation is one of my favorite things to do. And one of my favorite things, that set me out between Tim Tebow, man. Him being able to get players going, motivate players going without a coach having to, without a coach even having to do that. It's one thing when the coach has to do it, but when a player comes take control and doing that, that's one thing I loved about Tim Tebow. My favorite moment of all time is not even got nothing to do with the field, but when he was in that locker room telling these guys, "Come on, we're gonna go out there, we're gonna punch them right in the effing mouth." That's what set me off right there. Like that, I love his leadership and his motivation towards that team and getting that team fired up. So, like I said, I love that. But he's definitely a first ballot college Hall of Famer and the greatest Florida quarterback of all time.
He's one of the better analysts too, call it what it is, out there. Very unbiased.
Yep.
You don't hear him, hyping up his team every single week. He is an SEC guy through and through, but he is very unbiased, and I like that about him too, so I got to give him his flowers there. So that wraps up the news segment for this week, guys. Like I said, go look at the ballot. I was going to make a graphic for it, but unfortunately last night I had my power flickered out while I was trying to render a whole bunch of stuff. So I don't have our sleeper and our runner-up picks this week because of that, but I do have everything else. So we'll just have to explain those in detail. I don't have a graphic for you for that. So stupid power grid and where I live is dumb.